Welcome to this episode of Calls and Actions, Trade with a Higher Probability of Success. We're going to look at some progress and reviews on some already triggered alerts from the STS Pivot System charting package brought to you by SwingTraderSetups.com. Each video will be looking at some charts that had the trigger prices right on the charts. Could have been day trades, some of them will be swing trades many days into the progress. Others may be ready to reverse or re-entry into the trend that's already prevailing. This video has been brought to you by Swing Trader Setups STS Pivot System charting package, where we offer a 7-day free trial offer, 10-day money back guarantee. We have your trigger prices right on the chart before they trigger. Sometimes, depending on the factor you're using, if you're looking at this for swing trading versus day trading, you may get this alert on the chart 10 minutes before the trigger or an hour and 10 minutes before the trigger. If it's a swing trade setup, it may be 3 days away. You have plenty of time to study the chart, look at the support, resistance, other inflection areas, look at option setups and so forth, and plan your trade. You're going to be looking at a lot of charts that came off our STS Pivot System charting package. It's a 7-day trial offer, money back guarantee, trigger prices right on the charts, day traders, swing traders, and option traders. Easy to follow charts. We got the scanners pre-built. All you have to do is load in your symbols. We teach you how to do that. We teach you what to expect the chart to do as it comes down through the lines, and then revisit and trigger the sell. And the price is right on the chart. Trigger prices on your charts, pre-built scanner, 7-day money back guarantee. Okay, this morning we had the big gap up, and that's this big run up on the AD lines here real early, and then we got in this period from about 10 till 10. You can see the time right on the bottom. About 10 till 10, we rolled over, and we had a sell-off there for about 40 minutes. And then we had a reversal and a pretty good run up, and then we just chopped sideways from 12:40 to late day, and we just had a monster rally into the day, which was this shorter time frame that was in this period here. We picked up on this when the SPY turned. We were also right around the 200-day, and we've been watching that all day long. Chop, chop, chop on the SP 500. I said, you know, this thing's going to get some momentum one way or the other off of this. It's going to key off this level, and it finally did. And we were able to get some monster trades going into this run here at the end of the day. We're going to look at a few of those charts that we were paying attention to. You could have just about took your choice, and using our system could have picked your trigger price. That early morning sell-off, this was from about 5 to 10 to 10 after 10. This triggered on our short watch alert at 2:20:34 at 10:19 on buy due. Well, we teach when you're deep in the system over 3 factors, we're on a 50 factor chart. This level up here is around 220, 250-ish. We're down here at 220.35, so that's over 4 factors down that you're going to get a retracement. Wait on the retracement. Don't jump in the trade when it's that deep. We like to be up here. We like to have this happen first. So we take the retracement back here right on the chart, gives the trigger price to come back in this trade, which would have been right along just below 222, right about a 75-cent downturn. Bounced about 50 cents, and then this sold off all the way down near 217 from this entry you'd have had up here around 221.50. It's about a $4 move. Nice setup there on Baidu. Tesla, late afternoon, this was all over the place. It had huge ranges today. We had one breakout that ended up being over a $10 run off the chart. This was when it was going back into a sell-off around 2 o'clock. Took this sell-off, did the retracement, come right back in here. Actually called this at 269.25 to the short side. We got a huge sell-off there. I just watched it go up, went right over to my chart, picked out the retracement. It's a 50 factor, put it right on my chart. We don't take them unless they at least turn back at least 2 factors. So it was about $1 pullback off that high. I don't know how high it's going, but I know when it triggers back down, I want to be involved. So we zoned in on that. One of the guys had shorted it way up high off a different factor system. But I called this in the room at 269.25. We got a really, really nice sell-off there. And this was all right before the market reversed. On that market surge, this was exactly the time that AD line turned up at 248. We got a trigger off here on UNH at 221.59. Ended up running up over 224. That's over a $3 move. Didn't even hardly sneeze all the way up. Goldman Sachs, I actually got this trade myself. I put that other one in the room on UNH. Goldman Sachs was trying to break up. This is the trigger way up here. It already had the momentum. It was well into this move. It was well past the 1448, 2 or 3 minutes. And I stepped into this right here on a slight pullback up here. This is 2 different overlays. This is our little 10 overlay. We use that for a lot of timing or reversals off the bottom. I just got them both overlaid on one chart. And I want to, if I'm watching to go green here, I want to be green here too. So this was of course green before that triggered 248.11, and that ended up being a little over a $2 nice move up into a resistance point. This was AGN in the morning time, had ran up and triggered this long at 161. It chopped around up here, and again this was one that was out beyond what we like to be on the factors, a 25 factor. It was really out too far, wanted a pullback. It never did give a big pullback, but it did after it ran a little ways, which was over $1. It pulled back and gave some entries along the way. This was a little short time frame. It was kind of very choppy, but it just kept continuing up, stayed with a big trend. This was what I was showing this far. So a great reversal right before the market exploded. We were actually watching this set up possibly for a short. It had on our chart what would be the short alert on it, and the market was struggling there with the 200 day, and this stock had already pulled back from 163.50 area down to 162, had about a $1.50 pullback. And you can see how our little factor system would have triggered that if you were trying to just scalp it, or you had a big resistance you were running into and you were sure it was going to reverse, maybe VWAP or whatever that case might be. But I was watching this actually for a short right before the market all of a sudden reversed. When the market reversed, this went right back into the long zone, used this as a trigger when it be green right in here. Just gave a nice $2 run off of that as well after it already been running all day. This is a look at that AGN chart, overlaid our factor system over a 5-minute chart with no candles on the chart, but all the old lows, previous bounce spots are in pink, greens are old highs, previous reversal spots, as well as yesterday's close and today's open. And that run up, that's what I was showing you, that little where you might be wanting to take a reversal. It ran into the open price and failed it twice, and this was actually the VWAP's way down here, so it was reversing off the open price. So that's a kind of inflection point that can give you that quicker reversal that you might use that short smaller factor. The bigger factors are for the actual trend. This did pull back to trend, and you can see when it bounced, it got back above yesterday's close. So that was another reason to take this trade to the long side, and the fact that the market turned and headed up in that nice surge we had. And here's another earlier in the morning 10:45 alert on Facebook. It sold off in that first market sell-off about 10 o'clock, came up, chopped around, gave this long alert here at 153.05. That was at 10:45 in the morning. Nice breakout there on Facebook, all the way up to 156, and that was all by 10 after 11. So in 25 minutes you had a $3 move in Facebook, slight little pullback here, right back, triggered back long, and ran another $1.50. This is actually what we use for our stops. We don't necessarily try to hold it to the penny, but I don't want it turning red on me. So if I'm in that stock trade, I'm going to be out. If I think it's going further, if it hadn't gone, I like to take this reach break if it hadn't gone too far yet. This had already ran a pretty good ways. We're going to look at some other charts right on the STS pivot charting system as well. Stay tuned. We're going to look at some more charts, seeing how they're overlaid on the shorter time frame charts, 5 minute. Look at the daily support that may be in play on some of these charts as well. This is an inside look at the STS pivot system charting package for day traders, swing traders, and options traders. Easy to follow charts, scanners pre-built. Watch the trigger prices evolve right on the chart before your eyes. This is a subscription model charting package, $69 per month. You sign up, get a 7-day free trial offer. If you don't want to keep the package, if you don't want to continue use of the product, you let us know. We refund your money for 10 days from the day you sign up. 10-day money back guarantee. And we continue to extend this offer to anyone who ever paid a penny to daytradersetups.com since inception. If you came over to our chat room and you no longer a member there, we'll waive the $69 fee. You let me know you want to try this out. No $69 from you. You get the 7-day free trial offer. If you want to continue use of the product, you pay to have it set up. And then you still do not pay the $69 monthly fee for 21 more days. So you got a full 28-day free access to the website, free trial on the package, and then even after you upgrade, you got 21 more days for free. Let's look at some more charts. This video is being brought to you by STS Pivot System Charting Package for day traders, swing traders, and option traders. Easy to follow charts and scanners, trigger prices right on the charts, on the setups. We teach 2 trades long and 2 trades short. That's all. It's that simple. Just like you see on this chart, the trigger price for this trade was in the corner over here from this point on, with this price posted. Not to take it up here, and it did not trigger, but it wasn't posted as a trigger anyway. Came back. This is a classic, beautiful setup. Breaks right here. 167.26 was our trigger price. And we developed these same lines where you can overlay them on your shorter term charts. This is a 2-minute. By not taking that trade early when it went up here to 167.11, you avoided this 30-something minute pause here. It's not quite 30, about 15 minutes. This was a 60-something cent pullback by waiting on our trigger price to get in the trade here. And we were predicting that trigger price. This didn't go green until this happened. You have that up arrow where we're showing the price to go long at, and as soon as it triggers, it immediately gives a go short, because it's so close to flipping back over. So that's exactly where it occurred, was right here. And that is how simple that package is to use. Trigger prices right on your charts. Got a 7-day free trial offer, 10-day money back guarantee. Once you get this set up, it's $69 a month. And we're extending as a courtesy, if you take this package, full access to the website, including the trade room if you want to come in and out of there as well. It's not part of the charting package, but it's an offer we're letting you come in if you want to. And I mentioned this in a video about a week ago that we were going to do this. Any previous member to Day Trader Setups from day one ever paid $1 to us, this $69 fee is waived. You can come in and try the 7-day trial, no outlay of cash whatsoever. If you decide you want to go with this package, then you can sign up. Here's AVGO, had an $8 move so far off of our long alert here at 228 at 10:32 this morning. It's an $8 run up, holding the line, holding the trend. Even though you get these big pullbacks here, and these are several factors. The factor is 50, so you can get a 4 to 6 pullback That can be a $3 pullback. The trend is still intact. This is why option traders like this system. Here you go, a breakout at 221.74. Now this is my perfect setup. If I see this chart, this is what I love. I love to break through the red line, give me the revisit, and then give me my alert. If I can get this movement, and I've already got on the chart right here, it's telling me in the box what the trigger price is going to be when it pulls back and resets itself right here. It gives the 2x alert as it moves up 1x. It gives the 1x comes in on the green right over here, gives the exact trigger price right on the chart. You can start planning these well in advance, which this one was only 6 minutes into the trade. It started out at the open 6 minutes into the day. Sometimes you can get these alerts and it's an hour and a half before they trigger. Really nice breakout here. That's a $6 or $7 move throughout the day, up 583 from the trigger price. PVH, we already looked at it earlier on a shorter time frame. Amgen really was very choppy, but it gave this alert early this morning. It's held the green zone all day at 166. It got as high as 169. It's very ugly daily chart. This may be the beginning of something trying to turn the other way. I think we looked at AGN earlier on the shorter time frame. It had already triggered the long before this. This is the bigger time frame. And here's an example of stock I like to go. The reason I like to go through these, I'm finding this chopping around in the red zone. Finally just triggered right at the close, 133.05 trigger price. It's about where it closed, 133.35, and that was right toward the end of the day. I can't see the time on there. I have to move this. Maybe I moved this away. There we go. Right before the bell, 3:42 p.m. is where that triggered at. It's got a little momentum building. I like this setup. I like to find it end of the day. This will be on my list for in the morning. To look at MCK. Now this was a smaller time frame chart, which is kind of small for this ATR of a stock. I'm gonna move you through the progression though. You got a downtrend here, and it's doing all this chopping around through the day. This was yesterday. This was today, and now it's just triggering 140.50 right there around 3 o'clock as a long. Here's what I really like. This is the bigger picture. This stock had already triggered a short here on the 19th around 150. You see how far this moved? The time this triggered, $150.68, 9:43 a.m. on the 19th. This stock went down to $138. That's a $12 move, multiple day trade. Now it's been sideways since then. Now look where we're sitting here threatening to break out. We got to go up, we got to pull back. Now we're not even close enough. This is a 100 factor. That's $1. That means since I do not have right over here 2x long, I had it right here at this point this morning. I had a 2x long, so that was telling me $2 up from here I'm gonna turn it green. So that is not true now. So now it's minimum of $3 from here. So that's probably gonna, I love to see a gap up here, a jerk back into this level, and then let this go. I also wouldn't mind it seeing it go up here $2 and then pull back, keeping it red, and then reverse. It may give the trigger actually $1 sooner if it does that to take this long. This is a great setup on this chart. MCK. It's not ready to trigger. That's my prediction on what goes on here. It either goes up a couple of bucks, comes back, then goes back up and triggers the long. Could gap up and trigger. That'd be 3 full factors out over our level, which I don't like to be that high, so I still like to catch that pullback. This will be a good stock to be watching tomorrow. May take a couple of days for this actually to run. Last stock, this is CI, chopping sideways here since the 15th, range bound this $2 or $3 range, and it's gone in and out, in and out. When I find this, the name of this is a trend shift pivot zone. Here's a trend. We're trying to shift, and it's gave a signal one time right up here, right here actually. Hadn't broke out yet, still stuck in this. When I get a flat line here, this is a range bound stock. I need some more momentum before I can take this stock. That's on a big time frame. We're looking at what's going on. This is stepping it back a level. It did catch this downtrend. See how we teach this goes up, it's going to pull back. It's too far out over the red, it's coming back. Got the pull back, gave the trigger around 3 o'clock this afternoon with momentum in the market and gave a $1.50 run. It's starting to pull back. In the morning, this may go up right here. What I'd love to see is this come on back down. This is going to progress up, and they're going to meet somewhere just below $167, and that'll be a great bounce spot to be watching this stock at. The market keeps going up. CI. That'll also give this a chance to play out and then get some momentum too. Thanks for watching the video. See you tomorrow.